Hi everyone! Welcome to day 4 for my 12 Days of Interactive December Dailies video series. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe for more process videos and find me on Instagram for more December daily inspiration. Today I'll be showing you how to create this double slider surprise page. So basically when you pull this tab up here, you'll see that there is a photo that comes out below. Well, a screenshot, not really a photo. And if you push this back in, the other screenshot goes back in as well. There's also a flip out here to reveal some journaling and another screenshot here. So if you'd like to learn how to create this page, then just keep watching. So first off, we're going to work on the double slider portion of our page. So here I have cut down a piece of pattern paper. This is the same size as a Citrus Twist Life Crafted album page protector, so that's 5 inches by 8 3/8 of an inch. And after that, I've cut down a piece that, this is just white cardstock, and it is 3.5 inches by 7 3/8 of an inch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out a kind of a slit area on the top here and on the bottom. And this is going to be, I would like to do 2 3/4 of an inch. So this is going to be 3/8 of an inch from either side. And next I'm going to draw a line that is about 1/4 of an inch in from this edge. So we want to cut this piece out right there. And we're going to do that on the same, on the other side as well. So 3/8 of an inch from either side. So we will be cutting off this section here and this section here. I might just use my scissors. I think that'll be easier. Next, we're going to take a grocery bag or any other type of bag. So this is just one of the bags that you can find in the produce section, and this is just the top of the bag. So we're going to cut this open. Get my longer scissors so I can cut straight. You can use any type of bag that's kind of flexible, like grocery bags or garbage bags, recycle bags. This is not going to be seen from the outside, so don't worry about what type of bag you're using. So you'll notice that this will kind of go inside the slit, because I did cut this down at 2 3/4 inches. And what we want to do is apply some score tape to one of the edges. One of the ends of this strip here. So grab my score tape. I just wanted to let you know that I did try experimenting after this with a couple of different bags. So the produce bag that I used here I didn't really like it as much. It didn't slide very well. So I ended up trying out a garbage bag. I didn't like that as well. And then lastly, I tried a freezer Ziploc bag. So one of those heavy duty, extra large 13-inch by 13-inch freezer bags. And what I did was I chose one of the edges that didn't have a seam on it, because if you have a seam in the strip that you're using, like one of the side edges, then you won't be able to, like the seam will get caught on the bottom of the slider piece and it won't slide as well. So you'll see me change out my bag halfway through this tutorial, and I would suggest that you get one of those as well. And we just want to wrap this around the bag here. So I'm going to put my score tape facing up, and we don't want to wrap it too tightly because the idea is this is going to kind of like slide like a conveyor belt. So we don't want it to be too tight so that it won't slide. So I'm just going to make sure it's lined up straight. Just because this is a bit flimsy, I'm going to take some washi tape and just temporarily adhere this down so that it's not flapping all over the place when I'm trying to put this down. There, that's a bit better. And we're going to trim off the excess. And then we can peel off the washi tape. And you can see that this is kind of sliding up and down. So I'm going to put this like so that the seam is on the bottom. It really doesn't matter that much because it isn't going to be seen, but just to keep things tidy there. I did find that having the seam on the bottom of the slider piece to start with made it slide a bit easier, because if you have the seam starting in the middle and by the time you slide your slider piece up, if it happens to go around to the other side, like to the back side of the slider mechanism, then it kind of catches and it doesn't work as well. So make sure you start with the seam of the piece, of the plastic bag, towards the bottom of your slider mechanism. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to apply some score tape. This is the 1/8 inch score tape, and we're going to apply them onto these two tracks here. And make sure you stay close to the edge so that it's not touching the plastic bag. And we're going to apply that to both sides on both the front and the back. Another quick tip here is that instead of applying score tape, I actually cut some foam tape down to 1/8 inch and applied that to all 4 of these tracks here on both sides. As you'll see later in this video, it just helps the slider slide a bit more freely if you have that extra bit of wiggle room in between. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our pieces that we want to slide out of the page. So I have here printed some photos, and these are approximately 2 3/4 inches wide, and they're the same height as well. So I'm going to put this one on the top and this one on the bottom. This part is just me figuring out where I want to put the photos so that when they slide up, they reveal the whole photo. And this is the first time I've made one of these double slider pages before, so I'm just kind of figuring it out and seeing what's going on. And I'm going to adhere it so that if I were to place it down, the top would just kind of align with the top of these tracks here. So, and make sure that you're putting it onto the plastic bag as well. Like so. So the next thing that we want to do while this is in position is turn this to the back, and we want to attach our other photo face down onto this piece here. So we're going to apply score tape on the very top here. And same thing, we're going to align it so that the bottom matches up with the bottom of these tracks here, and then just make sure that it is on the plastic bag when you remove the score tape. So you can see that, like, I'm holding the track here. If you pull on one of these, then the other piece will come out the other end. It just takes a bit of time to get this trained, just because the plastic bag is a bit flimsy and I don't have it attached to anything. So we'll do that now. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to be attaching one of these tags back here. So what I'll do is I'll cut off a part of the front of this tab. So that it doesn't overlap with the top of the words that I have there. And I'm going to stamp on here as well. This is the stamp set that came in the Cocoa Daisy Christmas bonus kit. And I'm just taking the word memories and I'll stamp that down here. You don't have to worry about the back because the back is going to be hidden behind there, so it's not going to be seen. And next I'm going to remove the adhesive backing on this. It might take me a bit of time just to get, there we go. And I'm just going to attach it to the top and center of my photo here. Like so. And next what we want to do is we're going to be peeling off the score tape on both sides and attaching it down to this piece here. I'm not going to peel off the top part of that yet. So we're just going to make sure that it's centered, kind of top and bottom. And that it's straight on the page. So actually, let me line it up with, this pattern paper has some lines on it, so that helps a bit with making sure my page is straight here. There we go. So another thing that I did to make my double slider portion run a bit smoother was I actually applied a layer of foam tape to adhere my slider piece to the pattern paper. So you can see here in here that I have, instead of using the 1/8 inch score tape, I used some foam tape. And I'm going to be adhering my top piece to the front using foam tape as well once we're done with the front part, and that just makes the slider slide a bit easier, like so. The top still sometimes has a bit of a problem coming down, but that's all right with me. So we're going to work on the front part of the slider part now, just to cover up the mechanism that's underneath. So here I have a piece cut down to the same size as our slider piece was. This is 3.5 by 7 3/8 of an inch. And here I have some, this is a notepad from an old Studio Calico kit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of the phones here. I have my journaling on the back of one of these. I started to journal on the front, but realized quickly that I was going to run out of room. So this is going to be glued onto the top of that. And this is going to flip out like so to reveal a photo down here. So first I'm going to adhere a photo here. And I've cut this photo down to, this is just a couple of screenshots that I took from my phone, and I just cut them down to size to fit into this white area here. So next what I did was I took a scrap piece of paper and I scored it, I cut it down to 1 inch in width, and I scored it at 1/2 inch, just right down the middle. And what that's going to do is it's just going to be sandwiched between here and then glued to the bottom of this to make a fold out. So I'm going to fold this in half. Apply, this is the 3/8 inch score tape, and I'm going to apply it onto both sides here. So half of it is going to go onto here, and the other half will go onto that piece there. The other thing that I want to do is I have a couple of these tabs from the Cocoa Daisy planner add-on kit, and I'm just going to put them between this piece here and this piece here to indicate that there is a fold out here. So next I'm just going to tape this piece down here, and I've also cut out a little label tag here that's going to go on the bottom and have the number for my date. I'm also going to cut some foam tape. This is a strip that I've already cut up for the back of this piece. I'm going to cut this in half, and that's going to go on either side of this piece here. All right, so here we have the flap that opens to reveal some journaling and a photo there. And we do have the slide apart that goes out and back in pretty smoothly. So that wraps up our process video for today. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments below. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not a subscriber yet, so that you can catch up with all of my December daily videos. And thanks very much for watching.